Hello, my fellow weirdos. I got a few videos I need to catch up with on, but there's something I want to say first. The first video, and it's gonna help me. I have noticed, and this started a few days for me personally, a few days before the election here in New Jersey. So, like maybe a week ago, because you know, the 4th was election. Today's the 12th, so. And this happened with a relative, and I'm starting to think it wasn't specifically between myself. It had to do with a voice text and a text, and one person getting triggered and reading it and seeming like something, and then spouted off at me. And then I was like, what the fuck? I didn't mean it like that at all. And I was like, what the fuck are you saying this, that, and the other thing? Excuse me, And then the other person, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck? And this person and I very rarely have ever fought like that, where I made another voice, where I yelled. And that's it takes a lot for me to do that, where I do a voicemail or a voice text, not a voicemail, but where I just, instead of writing, well, what the hell was that, I'll say what the hell, because I want them to know that they pissed me off, they triggered me. And it got really out of hand. And it was not just between this person and myself. It was like on a few of us were on the same. And it was like crickets with everybody else. I'm just like, I don't know if anybody didn't want to say anything after that. Because I had made it to tell a few people one thing together. Anyway, the specifics aren't as important as it was like, what the fuck? And the next day, I wanted to and I was like, no, because I'm like, anyway, it just frustrated me, And there was other reasons, but I'm not going to mention any more specifics, because anybody that knows me or this person, they don't need to, because I think what's happening is what I just saw happen. I hadn't popped into Signal groups, or some of the resistance groups use Signal, because people can't come and get stuff that was discussed, more than a few days ago, type of thing. That's why the government stuff uses it. It's supposed to be secure, but one of the resistance groups, I come in because I hadn't looked for a day or so, and I'm like, because there's different conversations, different boards for the same group. Some are general talk, some are about specific topic. This is just for announcement, So your event talk doesn't get mixed up with just normal picture, or posts. So I come in and I'm like, what's happened in 2 days? I mean, that little emoji with the 2 eyes? It's like, so I'm like, oh, well, the posts, I'm just, because have been kind of quiet in that group, just because everybody's been very busy, and I haven't been able to get to a physical event since the protest, since the 18th of October. And I'm just getting antsy and frustrated. I mean, yeah, I do the videos. Yeah, I do the graphics. I've been doing a lot more of those, just because I'm so verbally, I'm just so angry about everything. Uh, yeah, me? I know. So I think when I saw and I read through this like 100 literally of comments from people, and it's hard to get, because you have to keep jumping back and up. And anyway, so I just got through all of it, and I'm just like, ooh, that wasn't just a tip. Ooh, what did that? Ooh, I didn't expect that from them. Ooh. And I'm just sitting here going like this. Ooh, I know. You want to say it again? Oh, no. Exactly, Mr. Bill. And because I had gone there to ask if anybody felt like taking me to Montclair at 6 o'clock in the morning on the 22nd, because there's somebody who there's a bus going to DC, one of the rideshare buses going to DC on the 22nd, leaving Montclair, New Jersey. But it's $75 a seat. That's for there, and it's coming back the same day. It'll leave like when the event for that day, and actually for the 3 day, for the 21st and the 22nd and the 20th, it's when the closing stuff. And it's supposed to get back, another 4 hours home, leaving at 7 or 8 or something. And yeah, I think the last closing stuff is at 7, so everybody gets back up here around 12 midnight, something like that. So I went to the group asking, anybody feel like dragging my happy ass and dumping me at the bus? And I see all this rigmarole. I'm like, ooh, because I had made the post, and I'm like, oh, what is all these posts? I got to catch up, and a lot of it was on just 2 issues. One of it was this, and I'm like, this whole one that just was blowing up all over. I'm just literally, and I think what's going on. I didn't. Okay, I'm not a petite flower personality. Okay, it's not like I'm the shy, demure one all the time, and I just don't like to. We all know that's bull. Okay, there's people in the activist groups, and of course, I mean, activists. There's ones that are like to just follow and want to be, but they don't want to, lead or, you know, put out any ideas or not. They're more, hey, tell me what to do and I will do it, type of thing. Which is great, but you need, especially this time, this place, we need the going hot. I'm not fucking joking. Yeah, I can be tactful, but maybe not right now kind of people. The voices that you can raise, the voices like mine naturally carries. So when I mean, it's the normal tone is loud. When I'm talking, this is like a stage whisper to me. It's probably normal to you. But there's a time and a place for everybody's special abilities and talents, and having a voice that carries isn't anything that I did to create it, but knowing when and where and how to use it, can be a talent. This time, this place is for louder people as well, where normally we're like, oh, this is the place to be that passionate, loud, come on, And I think when you get several of those in one group, you're going to have a feistier conversation and brainstorming. We're passionate. We're very strong personalities. That doesn't mean we're pig-headed or Karens or something. It just means we're rather opinionated. And it's not a bad thing. However, with all the stress for 9-10 months now, we've been, basically America's been pregnant with Donald Trump and Nazis because it's been 9 or 10 months. So as long as you're normally a woman that's normally pregnant is how long we've been pregnant with fascism and Nazis. And I think, part of their method is to overwhelm, just flood. They've been doing that. We've all discussed this. But even people that are strong personalities and people that, you can keep kicking them in the face and they're flat on the mat, but they cannot wait to the count of 10. At 8 or 9, they have to start getting up. And I've always said I'm either too stupid or too stubborn to just stay the fuck down for the count. I can't. No matter how life kicks me in the ass, in the face, in the mouth, in the heart, I cannot stay down for the count and not fucking try to get up. And when you get a bunch of us together in a group, there could be some tiffs. But when you add this fascism of heavy, it's like what, 50-60% of Project 2025 has already been begun or, fully implemented. This is what they're deliberately doing. This is what Deal and Miller, who's really running the shit, the Heritage Foundation, Project 20, this is what and who designed it. And they designed it just like the Nazis, just like any other fascist regime starts. This is the building blocks. This is the method. This is the blueprint of a fascist takeover. It's a soft coup. It's like a long time coup that, doesn't just happen in a day or something. They just kind of sneak in the violence type of stuff. A little bit here, a little skirmish there. It's not a war. We're just spiritedly having a conversation while you blow up fishermen in international waters. Oh, by the way, the Colombian president was giving a speech. He's calling Donald Trump's second administration the pedophile administration. America, he calls it's the country that's being run by the pedophiles. While getting off topic, how do you like that, MAGA? How do you like that, Republicans? Brazil is saying that America is being run by an administration that is full of pedophiles and protects pedophiles. That's not the American Democrats saying that. That's a whole nother fucking country saying that. They're not just saying we're a terrorist, that this is a dictatorship or oligarchy or anything else they want to kleptocracy, whatever they want to term it as, the wealthy class ruling. But see, the thing is, it's ruled because it's kind of a cult thing, which kind of Nazis were in a way. But I think all of this is just gotten to the point. We worked our asses off, and I think with the election, we were starting to start to breathe, and our muscles we didn't realize were all tensed. We're starting to relax because it's like, yes, we the creators, the video creators, the graphic creators, the activists out on the streets, the people making this, we are the ones that change the public's perception that this is not the Democrats shutting the government down. This was totally and fully the Republicans. We did that. We got the Democrat a blue mini tsunami. So we were starting to be like, okay, now they're worried. And then they fucking betrayed us. There are many Democrats, there are at least 8 I know, 9 of it in the Senate. There are people that need to be removed from office. The ones that, by the way, that voted, as soon as Schumer suggested this fucked up plan, offer, which we know they're going to promise us, and then in a month or so say we changed our mind. But the ones he didn't vote for it. He, as a minority speaker, brought it to them, and then didn't vote for it because they're corrupt too. There are many of the Democrats that are corrupted. He's got Walmart has him in his pocket. So, and this is affecting Walmart. And there's a whole big Walmart thing with this whole. That's a rabbit hole too. But the ones that voted, they're the ones that either were just reelected, so they don't have to worry about election for a couple of years, and who knows what'll happen by then, or the ones that weren't going to run. So, what I say is we can still fuck them over and make a point to everybody else. Anybody that is all that signed it, even if the final, I think we still have final vote things. But even if you did it the first time, you're still a betrayer. We see who you are. You will cover your ass before you cover ours. We were the ones that were struggling and suffering, and we were saying, do not cave in. They were getting their full pay. Way more than you think they get a day. $475 a day for doing nothing. A day, people. For 40-something days, they did nothing. And then they caved in. It wasn't because they felt bad for us suffering. It was because they had people, lobbyists and shit, that they had to fucking make sure they made happy. Otherwise, they'd be in trouble with them. We need to ruin their reputations. If they weren't going to run again, we need to ruin the reputation. We need to make sure that the legacies of these fucks do not stand well. They were going to leave anyway. They weren't going to seek re-election. Do not let them sit on their fucking legacy untainted. F that. But going back to, I think with all of that, that's feeling betrayed. We put up with that stress for 6 weeks, trying to get through without killing each other. And those little fucking bastards knew all along they were going to cave. You scummy suckers. I have told you before, the only reason I'm registered under a Democrat is because to work a polling place, you have to be one of the main parties. And the only two main parties are Republican or Democrat. If there was a third main party that was always, then, you have to be one of those. And the reason is so there's equal amounts of, it's not like one polling place has all Republicans or just one Republican working, and maybe there could be some shenanigans happening. Not that we can do shenanigans, but I mean, that's the whole purpose. So it's obvious there can be no shenanigans. It's the optics. I would be an independent, but I work the polling places, so I need to be registered as one. I sure the fuck ain't registering as a Republican. So, that's the only reason why I stay as a Democrat, and I have for years, because I have to be one of the two to work. And in Jersey, it's a 16-hour day, but you get $300 a month after the election. So, beginning of December, I should get the check. And now we have a special election. But I think this is all what's happening. And I'm curious, are any of you noticing either in groups or physically in your real life, relatives or friends or something, have you noticed that people are getting since the last 2 weeks really edgy, and they're people that never misunderstood the way, if you were joking or something, because I made a comment to try to on the group when I saw that. I was like, I guess all of you better start making, because they said something like, we're losing some people, groups are losing people because of this, not us, and I said, we need bodies, we need everybody fighting this regime, not giving into these misunderstandings and having a big feud about it. Which I'm curious, where are you? And if you're noticing that too. Because I made a big post and then I ditched out. I'll see how it worked, what it thinks. But I said all of that. I said about what happened with me and my relative, and I think that us stressing and doubling down on the activism, and the election, like I said, going so blue, we were just so elated that what we were digging in for those last few months, we did what we needed. We got the message across, and more voted for Democrats. And then the Democrats give up the whole fucking hand. We had it. Now it just looks like to them that we were all fucking full of bullshit. And I think that was the last straw for some of us, especially like the activists or the creators and stuff. That was the last straw. It was just like, motherfucker! God damn it. You know? And I don't know. So I guess I'll find out tomorrow. On a good note, I may be able to get to DC on the 22nd. There and back the same day. Because I can't afford, there's a rideshare bus. I can't afford. It's a $75, which isn't bad. Go down, when it's over, they come back like midnight, you know. So you're gone, like from dark to dark type of thing. But my neighbors can give them a quick feed and shit for me for the day. Or I just do what I did on what I do on the elections, because you're leaving about the same amount of time. You're just back maybe 3 hours later than I am with the elections, so it's not that much different. But there was somebody in the groups, I just beg like I do because I don't have transportation, and I'm below poverty level legitimately on Social Security, which is I get half of what a minimum wage job brings in per month on Social Security. That's wrong. I should at least be getting minimum wage. What the F? But that's a whole nother video. But, you know, I was doing what I do because that's what I need to do. If I need to get to these events, I need to keep asking and just put your pride down and keep asking, because everybody is very, very busy. People take care of or have kids, and they're taking care of an elderly parents. They're working. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and there's a lot of things needing attention. And then trying to slip the activism in, you don't have time to make the events sometimes. A lot of times to come pick me up and go, 20 minutes away. By the time we get there, the event's half over. So it's frustrating, but I've given up that pride because it's not useful. We're just not going to tell you know what? That's my story. I need a ride. I don't have the money for a lift. I don't have I'm barely getting by. I'm literally below poverty level. That's why I'm asking, can you or can you not help? That's kind of how I brought it across. Not mean, not obnoxious, just like, listen, please don't give me suggestions, because I've tried it all. It's just frustrating because I should be making at least minimum. I live on $1,100 a month. You fucking live on that. You know? The only way I was able to buy that handmade outfit and those inflatables was with the election money in July. But I think what area of the country are you? And are you in activist groups, or, just let me know. Are you noticing anything like that, or maybe at your job or even your relatives? If you've noticed in the last 2 weeks, like a week before the election up till like now, if you've noticed people just getting to their full meter of just, I can't handle anymore. Yeah, let me know. And what do you think? Do you think maybe that's what's going on? Because these are things I've never, in 9 months, I've never seen people argue like that in the group. And I myself and my relative don't typically go at it like that. It was just very, very odd. So let me know what you think.